Hello and welcome to Hedgewitch Hearthcraft. I'm Caitlin Rhiannon. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the month ahead. I'm going to be using tarot cards and oracle cards to give us an idea of the energy for April 2021 and how we can best navigate throughout or within those energies. I'm going to be pulling 2 cards for every sign of the Western Zodiac. This does not have to be limited to your sun sign only. It can apply to any of the placements in your chart. The first card that I pull will be from the Everyday Tarot, and this will give us our prediction for the month. And the second card that I pull will be from the Moonology Oracle deck, and this will give us some advice on how to deal with the prediction. At the very end, I will also be pulling a Universal Manifestation card just to give us an idea of what to carry within ourselves, what to focus on, how to direct our energy for the coming month. So if you are jumping to the cards that are pulled for your sign, and there are timestamps in the description to make that easier, or your signs if you're doing even more jumping around, make sure you're also jumping to the very end so that you can get a little bit of that goodness in your life for this month. Now, since it is Aries season, let's go ahead and get started with our lovely Aries. Aries, we're being joined by my cat Nyx, if you see some ears or a tail pop up at some point. Your tarot card for the month of April 2021 is the 10 of Cups reversed. It's feeling kind of like you're not really accomplishing what it is that you have expected for yourself over this next month, Aries. The 10 of Cups means that there is happiness, like real, genuine, soul-fulfilling happiness. But when it's reversed, for some reason, it's just not pouring into your life. Oh, bye, Nyx. Not pouring into your life in the way that you had hoped or expected or planned. Your plans are not following the steps, the sequence that they were supposed to. There's a lot of should over this next month that just isn't lining up for you, Aries, and there's probably going to be some pressure being put on you because of that. There is a sense of strained relationships between yourself and your family, and this doesn't have to be blood. This can be your chosen family as well. There's just this sense that they don't know what's going on, and how can they understand? So why should you try to keep them in the loop? It's like you're almost trying to save them from dealing with your stress, when really these are the people in your life who are there for you for that very reason. So the reverse 10 of Cups, it mostly just creates dissatisfaction. And even though there are things that are going really well for you, that are working the way they are supposed to and leading you towards your best good, it's really hard to validate that when the things that you're paying attention to aren't giving you what you want. The oracle card that comes along with this is the New Moon in Gemini card. And this is a communication message. So your advice for the month of April is to make sure that you do not stop reaching out to the people in your life. This reverse 10 of Cups, as I said, could have a little bit of an isolating influence on you, making you want to push people out, shut people down, not even necessarily intentionally shutting anybody down or locking anybody away from your life, but again, trying to spare them the details of what you're going through ends up isolating yourself. And there is a difference between healthy solitude and unhealthy isolation. So make sure that you are connecting to this new moon in Gemini energy and reaching out to the people in your life. You don't have to tell them everything that's going on, but you can say, yeah, I'm good, or I'm not so great right now, but I don't want to talk about it. You don't have to tell them everything, but don't isolate, don't shut down. Taurus, your tarot card for the month of April 2021, is the reversed King of Wands. You're having a hard time controlling your energy and figuring out what actually makes you happy, what actually inspires you. And because of that, there is a big risk of burnout and of just feeling really down and heavy over this next month. There is a severe lack of creativity and inspiration with this reversal. And you're trying so hard to control everything, to make things go a certain way, to make yourself fit within certain limitations, that things just aren't going the way that you want them to. And the harder that you try to force them, the more frustrating it becomes when all of that effort just kind of washes off and things happen the way they're going to anyways. So over this next month, you are really being challenged as your manifestation takes on a shape of its own. Like, you do not have a lot of control or a lot of say in the way that things happen this month, Taurus. It's just kind of happening. The oracle card that comes along with this is the new moon card. So the new moon is about a new cycle, renewal, like refreshed energy. This is the heads up to a fresh start. So it's almost like you're being asked to prepare. Rather than trying to do something with what's already happening, with what's already in motion, let that take care of itself. It is already moving. It is already growing in the direction it needs to. You don't need to fuss with it. It's going to do what it's going to do. And the more that you try to make it do something else, the more likely you are to just get really annoyed. So instead of that, focus on something new, on something that you want. What do you want to bring into your life? Excluding what you're already working on bringing in, Taurus. Just don't worry about that. Think about something new. Think about the other opportunities that are opening up as this path may be winding down. If you can't do anything with it, it might be time to start looking at what you can do. Gemini, your tarot card for the month of April 2021 is the Knight of Wands. You are super fired up over this next month, Gemini. You are ready to just drive yourself forward and take on the world. This is a little bit of an aggressive energy, I will say. The Wands Knight tends to be the most impulsive of the four knights. So there is this sense of just needing to move, needing to go, needing to drive yourself somewhere. Not necessarily knowing exactly where that is, but knowing that you need to go. So there is a very instinct-driven movement over this next month. You are recognizing your goals as well, and you're working on pushing towards manifesting them, though this does not suggest that you are ready to receive that manifestation into your life quite yet. This is more about getting everything in motion. This is very much a movement card, driven energy, and just like nothing can hold you back right now, Gemini. The oracle card that comes along with this is the new moon in Sagittarius, which this means that there is a fresh opportunity for you that you absolutely you almost have to take. And when it does present itself to you, you'll know exactly what it is. It'll be like you just fell through some magic portal into the perfect world that you wanted. You will know exactly what it is that is presenting itself to you positively when it does. So make sure that you're paying attention, Gemini, and don't let this Knight of Wands energy carry you away so much that you lose focus of these potential opportunities. But the new moon in Sagittarius energy is so lucky. It is like winning the jackpot, and just universe is on your side. So there is a very good chance that even if you end up making some sort of wrong turn this month, it will take you where you need to be. Cancer, your tarot card for the month of April 2021, is the reversed King of Wands. So there is a lot of frustration and annoyance when it comes to your energy levels over this next month. You're having a much harder time pulling up all of the energy to get everything done so that you can meet all of your needs and obligations and responsibilities. There is a pretty solid risk over this next month of things backsliding. Projects, tasks, the responsibilities that you owe to yourself and to the other people in your life, your work, it's just kind of falling away because you're having a hard time balancing out your own energies and your energetic needs for yourself. This is a point of remembering that your energy costs you as well. And different energetic investments will cost you more. So you might be getting hit with some almost like energetic debt over this next month, because everything that you have been working on and building on, it's all catching up to you. And now your energy levels are starting to wane. And this reversed King of Wands is just like, there's very little movement over this next month. There is very little active growth because you're not able to actively push things into motion. The oracle card that comes along with this is the full moon in Aries card. So this is kind of a relief for you because it says that there is an end to this coming. But the advice that comes along with this is to make sure that you are preparing for this ending, because the peak that you are approaching, it could benefit you really, really greatly, but it could also take a lot out of you, and you have already spent a great deal. So make sure that you are rationing what energy you do have left so that you can prepare yourself for this intense transition that is coming, because something is coming to a head, Cancer. Something is coming to its conclusion, and you need to be ready so that you can just finish it, wrap loose ends up, and cross the threshold and get the rest you need. Leo, your tarot card for the month of April 2021 is the reversed Ace of Swords. So this is likely to be a pretty unclear and confusing month. The reversed Ace of Swords creates a lot of uncertainty and doubt. You're not able to see things clearly. You're not able to figure out what's going on or see too far beyond just the surface. And the surface is not clear either. Everything is muddy. There is a sense that people are probably not being fully honest with you right now. And you know that something's up, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And that sense of suspicion and doubt and anxiety, that dread is building with this card as well. So there's this like double-sided effect of not being able to see what's going on and assuming the worst. So even if things are going well, and even when things do go well this month, that's really overshadowed by the fact that you're not sure where everything's going to land, and the things that aren't going well are going so poorly that they're taking a majority of your focus. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the South Node. And the South Node represents our past lives. It represents who we used to be. So this comes up to tell you that there may be a part of yourself, Leo, that you are holding on to that is no longer relevant to who you are now and who you are becoming. So the South Node card comes up to ask you to step into your future. Stop living in your past. The past has happened. There's nothing that you can do to change it. There is nothing that you can do to bring it back. And the only thing that you can do is live in your present and work towards your future. This does not really make the reversed Ace of Swords all that much easier to deal with as far as figuring out clarity, but this can help you to recognize what is holding you back, whether it is doubt or these feelings, or maybe you're dealing with a clouded mind full of memories. It's like you're being given an opportunity to take this Ace of Swords and use it to cut away everything that has been keeping you stuck. So you are being asked to do some forward movement, and don't be afraid to leave your past in the past. Virgo, your tarot card for the month of April 2021 is the reversed Six of Cups. You're doing some letting go when it comes to your emotional self. There is a sense of going into your feelings, but you're kind of avoiding doing that for the most part, Virgo. So when you do have to go into your feelings, it is only like when it's necessary and in order to release something that is no longer serving you. So there is an act or an active sense of letting go and recognizing what might have been relevant once but isn't anymore, and acknowledging it and leaving it behind. The reversed Six of Cups allows you to grow up a little bit, Virgo, to leave behind feelings of immaturity or senses of feeling like it allows you to leave behind the sense that you aren't who you feel like you should be. You're getting rid of that sense of obligation as to the type of person that you should be, and you're allowing yourself to just be the person that you are now, releasing any resentment that your past self might be holding on to in terms of the person that you are becoming. Maybe who you are now does not align with the person that you wanted to be 5 years ago. That's okay. You're not the person you were 5 years ago. So this could be a time to let go of that. The oracle card that comes along with this is the new moon. So as you are doing this release, this makes room for this fresh start that the new moon is bringing with it. The new moon is about the beginning of a cycle and starting something new. So this door is swinging wide open for you, and because you've been releasing things that no longer serve you, that are no longer relevant to who you are and who you're becoming, you're not burdened by them, by who you used to be. You are this clean slate, and as you move forward through the month of April, you're probably becoming a whole new person. Libra, your tarot card for the month of April 2021, is the Four of Cups reversed. And as far as reversals go, I kind of like this one because it takes that stagnant, bored energy of the Four of Cups and it flips it around. And instead of letting yourself become stagnant or bored, you're changing things up. You are leaning into excitement and paying attention to what universe has been trying to tell you. Taking the rewards and the gifts and the blessings that are presented to you, not necessarily questioning where they're coming from or why they're being presented, just understanding that you deserve this. You deserve something good. So it's time to stop sitting around and waiting for something to happen, because the opportunity has been there this whole time. It has been up to you, Libra, to stand up and take it. And now there is this sense of stirring movement within yourself. You're feeling your feelings again. You are connecting to your inner self, to your intuition and your emotions and your instincts. And all of that is coming into this beautiful alignment. And yes, the reversal of any four can create a little bit of imbalance or feeling a little bit rocky. But in this sense, it gives you the excitement that you need to remind you that you are alive. The oracle card that comes along with this is the full moon eclipse. So this one tells you that things are coming to a peak and then they'll be done. This does not necessarily mean that everything is wrapping up neat and tidy, but there is a big climax approaching, and that's going to have a big impact on you and the person that you're becoming. Things are coming to a head. Things are coming to their highest point so that they can start to come back down again. So this full moon eclipse energy is asking that you prepare, that you start tying up loose ends, because once you do this moving forward that you're already starting to tease into, there's not going to be any going back for you. Scorpio, your tarot card for the month of April 2021, is Strength reversed. You might be having a little bit of a hard time over this next month connecting to your inner power and your courage, and balancing your inner energy with the outer world. It's hard for you to present your genuine self right now. And it's really likely that over this next month, you're going to be trying to play a part, fill some sort of role. It's like you are being or acting like the person that you think you should be, or the person who you think will be most successful, most appreciated, most cared for, most valued by other people, not necessarily the person that is truest to you. There's actually a really good chance that you aren't being true to your honest inner self because of this sense of trying to fit in, trying to get other people to like you. The reversal of strength takes all of your inner power and it kind of just shrinks it and closes it off. And it means that it's not there anymore, but you don't always have consistent, clean access to it. So it's like you're struggling to believe in yourself. You're struggling to believe that you have the value that you have, or that you deserve the good things in your life that you honestly deserve. And you're questioning whether or not, you should even have them. The oracle card that comes along with this month is the cardinal moon. And this one is asking that you take action. Instead of sitting around and wallowing in woe is me, things aren't working, I'm so powerless, you are being told, like, pretty harshly. This is like grabbing your shoulders and giving you a little bit of a shake, saying, hey, you have got this. Get it together and take your own steps forward. Stop sitting around and waiting for life to happen to you, and be yourself. Connect to your power, because it is there. But Scorpio, it is up to you to connect yourself to it. It isn't just going to happen to you. You have to reach within and find your power and use it. Sagittarius, your tarot card for the month of April 2021, is the Nine of Pentacles. So you're seeing a lot more of your growth over this next month. You might not have access to it directly, not this month anyways, but you're able to see what's coming. You're recognizing more of your growth, your manifestation. You are gradually building the life that you want. Things are falling into place, and maybe not everything is falling into place all at once, and that's annoying or frustrating or disappointing. But there is this sense of pride as you are watching things come to life around you. Not everything is happening at once, but because it's happening one bit at a time, that almost gives you more of an opportunity to recognize the growth, because it's not just like you wake up one night or after one night and the beanstalk has grown. But after a month, you've seen flowers, you have seen birds, you have seen seedlings come up out of the ground. All of these different things give you different levels of things to appreciate. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the waning moon. So with this one, you are being asked to pay attention to anything that needs adjustment or release, especially because you are at this point of seeing the manifestation, seeing what is growing. You can recognize what you don't need to hold on to anymore, because it's coming into your life and you need to make space for the new version of it. And at the same time, you can recognize what is growing and manifesting that you maybe don't really want. Maybe you wanted it when you started everything in motion, but you're allowed to change your mind, Sagittarius. So if something doesn't align with you anymore as you are now, this is a good time to cut it out before it gets in the way of any further growth. Capricorn, your tarot card for the month of April 2021, is Strength reversed. So over this next month, you're having a little bit of a hard time balancing out your inner energy and how you express it. And this can lead to, there's probably going to be a lot of conflict when it comes to yourself and other people where communication is concerned. Because you're having such a hard time balancing these energies, other people are not particularly receptive of how you are putting forth your inner energy. It may be coming across as aggressive or abrasive. You're trying to get what you want, you're trying to get your needs met, you're trying to push yourself forward. But because there is this missing balance, you may not have the awareness of other people and what they are going through, as you are you're kind of like a bull seeing red, just charging forward. And everyone else around you in your life is getting hit as collateral damage. So try to be really mindful with this reversed strength energy of the other people in your life. The oracle card that comes along with this actually kind of ties into what I'm saying. The full moon in Sagittarius card, the tagline is look at the bigger picture. You're being asked to pay attention. access your powers of awareness, because you do have them, it will require you to slow down. And you don't want to do that, Capricorn. I get that. You want to keep moving forward. You want to get what you need. But with this reversed Strength card, you're doing that in a way that is not actually conducive to your best growth. This is sort of the do the ends justify the means question. And because of the full moon in Sagittarius, possibly not. So make sure that you are being extra aware of not only what you are doing and what you are moving towards, but how your actions impact your future and the people around you right now. If you are creating negative relationships with the other people in your life, that will definitely have a sense of heaviness or a heavy impact on you in your future when you need these people to help you. Aquarius, your tarot card for the month of April 2021 is the Six of Swords. And you're doing some moving forward, Aquarius. This is a little bit on the heavier side because you're going into your mental, emotional self and you're doing some clearing out. The Six of Swords can be anything from actively leaving a damaging or harmful situation, something that is keeping you stuck, keeping you down, to just clearing out your own energetic space. It could be as intense as like purging trauma, or as light as just adjusting your thought patterns. So over this next month, there is a sense of figuring out what your emotional, mental self needs, balancing that, and moving forward, especially moving forward away from negativity, from harm, from toxicity. You're still taking pieces of that with you. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you are, leaving the situation and all of the memories and feelings behind. You are still bringing those memories and feelings to process with you. But you can leave the situation and do the processing when you get somewhere safe. Now, the oracle card that comes along with this is the new moon in Aries. And this is asking that you take steps forward. It goes along really, really well with the Six of Swords because it says that enough is enough. And the only one who can move you at this point is you. If you want to get out of a situation, it's up to you to take those steps. If you want to move into a situation, it's up to you to take those steps. The universe isn't always going to pick you up and put you where you need to be. A lot of the time, the universe only facilitates that so that you can do that for yourself. And over this next month, Aquarius, there is a lot of room for that movement. So lean into this new moon in Aries with the Six of Swords, or the new moon in Aries energy with the Six of Swords, and let it take you, rather than letting it take you where you need to be, let it encourage you to take yourself where you need to be. Pisces, so this one counts for me as well. Your tarot card for the month of April 2021 is the reversed Eight of Cups. So this one's a tricky one because it means that you are choosing to stay where you are. And that can be a good thing or it can be a less than good thing depending on the situation. So with the Eight of Cups, it usually means that something is done. Something is over. And when it's reversed, you're not quite ready to let that go. There is still a little glimmer of hope that maybe things aren't done, aren't completely finished, and that you'll be able to pick up and move forward again with just a little bit of effort. There's also a fear of letting go and choosing to stay somewhere that maybe isn't perfect just because you know that it's not the absolute worst that you have been through. If you're staying somewhere that is okay just because you have been through something terrible and you don't want to experience that again, that isn't always serving your highest good. It's keeping you safe, but is it always better to be safe than sorry? The oracle card that comes along with this is the cardinal moon. So this kind of counters that Eight of Cups, the reversal of the Eight of Cups. And it says that it's time to move. But if you want to see movement, Pisces, it's up to you to do it. This isn't going to happen to you. If you choose to stay with the reversed Eight of Cups and sit through the situation, that's fine. Universe won't force you out. But if you choose to move, there's a lot of potential momentum here. And if you choose to move, universe will encourage that. As soon as you start to step out of this stagnant reversed Eight of Cups, universe encourages and facilitates healthy movement and new manifestation. At the end of my phone and video readings, I like to pull a card from my favorite manifestation, motivation, affirmation deck, the Super Attractor. So I have pulled one card for everyone who joins me for this video, just to give us an idea of what to carry within ourselves, what to focus on throughout the coming month. So the card that I have pulled for the collective says, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. So to me, what this one means to me is that the more that I actively focus, attune, like tuning a radio is how I picture this, the more I actively focus my energy on appreciation, on gratitude, on recognizing what is working, what is going well, what I have that I want that makes me happy, the more universe gives me more of that. This could also, because this is a manifestation message and an affirmation, this is phrased in the ideal way to bring this energy into your life. But if we really wanted to flip it around and reverse this and figure out the opposite meaning, it's like it's a warning that the more that you focus on what you don't have, the more universe like opens up that hole. It's like when you pick at your clothes and you've got a little hole in your shirt and you fiddle with it, it gets bigger and it gets bigger and it gets bigger. And if you had left it in the first place, maybe something could have fixed it. But now you need a whole new shirt. So there's this sense of what you focus on is what universe gives you. So if it's the good, you get good. Now, affirmations can be a little bit personal, so what this says to me might differ from what it says to you. And if this does say something completely different to you, I would love to know what that is down in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the month ahead. I hope that the readings in this video have been resonant and that they can provide a helpful, relevant compass to offer guidance, insight, clarity, whatever it is that you need to get through the energy of the coming month. Please like the video if it sang to your soul, if it resonated with you, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the cards that were pulled for your sign or your signs, what you thought of the Super Attractor at the very end, what you would like to see in the future. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I upload weekly and monthly forecasts like this, and I've got some guided meditations so far. And there's so much more that I want to keep doing, so make sure that you let me know what you want to see and subscribe so that you can be part of this journey with me. I will also put a link to my Facebook page in the description down below if you ever want to reach out to me for a reading of your own or just to say hi. Anyway, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a fantastic month. Be good to yourself.